All rise. The heavenly court is now in session. The Honorable Judge El Elyon Yahweh Sabaoth is presiding.
Thank you. You may be seated. Clerk, please read the indictment.
Your Honor, the prosecuting attorney for the Kingdom of Heaven and Earth, HaMashiach, is charging the defendant, Adam, otherwise known as all of humanity, for violating numerous laws established in your Torah. The prosecution is seeking the death penalty for the crimes committed against the kingdom.
Thank you, Clerk. HaMashiach, please present your charges brought forth in the indictment.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the last 6,000 years, ever since Adam was created, mankind has committed egregious crimes violating nearly every single law laid out in your Torah. We, the prosecution of the kingdom, are accusing them of not honoring their fellow brothers and sisters, not allowing the land to rest, not resting on the Sabbath, and forcing people to constantly work just so they can make a profit. They have betrayed one another by sleeping with each other's spouses. They have stolen from each other, fornicated with each other, invented all sorts of wickedness, and they have lied to one another. They use schemes and blackmail against each other. They've neglected the poor and have abused widows and orphans in their own communities. And for the most serious of crimes, Your Honor, they have dishonored you, Judge, by replacing you as the sole authority in the kingdom, and they have diminished and/or dismissed your laws altogether.
Thank you. I understand the defendant has designated someone to represent themselves in these matters and seeks to reach a plea deal before I pass judgment. Defendant, please state your name for the record and provide your testimony on behalf of mankind. Clerk, please swear him in.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Yahusha ben Yosef. I come from the tribe of Judah and am a descendant of a long line of earthly kings. I have done my utmost to represent you and the heavenly kingdom while on earth. I was the embodiment of your Torah on earth and have shown mankind what it's like to live your laws in the flesh. While I was there, I represented you so well that it was difficult for many people to make a distinction between us, so much so that they thought I was you. I embodied your character like a son who mimics his father. I was an example to all of mankind on how to obey, even to the point of death. I gave my life as an example of service. I showed them how to walk out your commands, not as a ruling king, but as a humble servant, what it's like to live in the spirit of love, kindness, and forgiveness. I was even willing to die for humanity if you would be willing to pardon them. Even though they defamed you and persecuted me, you and I both know they were deceived. They were tricked by the accuser from the beginning and were led astray. So, Your Honor, I request from you here today for forgiveness. I request forgiveness and mercy. I request that when you pass judgment on mankind, that you don't look upon the first Adam and his deeds. Do not look to all of humanity's shortcomings, but I ask that you remember me and my deeds. Remember those I have chosen, and bring great honor to those who follow my example. Thank you.
I have reached my judgment and am ready to give my sentence. Thank you, Yahusha, for your testimony. A very compelling argument. I would like to say that that is exactly what I had in mind for humanity, that they would live together as one family and glorify my name and reputation throughout the kingdom. Having said that, I am a just judge, and justice must be served. I have examined the prosecution's evidence and have determined that all of mankind is guilty of violating my laws. Everyone must die for their sins committed against the kingdom. Having said that, since you, Yahusha, and your followers are representatives of the new corporal body that I had in mind since the beginning, I'm willing to show leniency and give you all a pardon. I know that my judgment is passed down to all mankind because of one man's actions, but I will make a way for all to come back into the fold by one man's actions. Yahusha, because of your obedience, faithfulness, and respect for my laws, after death, I will bring you back to life and not only give you authority to rule on earth, but from the throne of heaven as well.
I object. Your Honor, you can't do that.
Sit down, Hashatan. I can and I will do that. Not only that, for those righteous like Yahusha who mirror my image as a son or daughter, regardless of past sins committed against the kingdom, I will raise them up too to sit with him in the throne room to pass judgment on those who knowingly refuse to keep my laws. I know your schemes, Hashatan, and how you've tried to manipulate the outcome of this trial. Since you and your little minions have gone about the kingdom trying to entrap mankind, I am giving you the sentence you attempted to bring against them, and you all are to spend eternity locked up so you cannot deceive my people anymore. Bailiff, lock him up. I have passed my judgment against humanity. Mankind is to be pardoned from the second death if they are willing to confess their trespasses and return to keeping my ways. This court is adjourned.